So what I wanted to know is why this issue is so important to you, and what role you think you can play in the session next year to advance it and get it passed.
The issue is important to me because we all have a responsibility to fight discrimination, and I think this is something. This bill, the Competitive Workforce Act, is a bill that we need to adopt in the state of Florida to send a very, very clear message that discrimination will not be tolerated in Florida. What we can all do is we can all talk to our friends, to our neighbors, and advocate for this bill and for the importance of having it adopted on a statewide basis. We heard that 57% of the state is already covered by local ordinances. We need 100% of the state covered, not 57%.
Excellent, right. And of course, in Miami-Dade County, throughout South Florida, many of the metropolitan centers in our state already ban discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity, which the Competitive Workforce Act would do. What do you think it's going to take to get this bill passed in Tallahassee?
Well, first of all, it's going to take some good leadership, some strong sponsors who are willing to stand up and be strong advocates for the bill. I think we have that. I think we have that in the Senate, and I think we have it in place in the House. And so it's going to take a major education effort to reach out to those representatives and senators from non-urban areas in particular to, educate them on the importance of the issue. But it starts with strong leadership at the community level. You have that already. Strong leadership at the Senate level. You have that as well. And strong leadership at the House of Representatives level. So we start there, and then we work on educating the rest of the members from non-urban communities.
I think it's just really refreshing for people who support equality to hear Republicans like yourself in particular speaking out in favor of anti-discrimination protections for the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community. Can you say a little about what it means to be a voice within your party for these rights?
Well, I really do think that the majority of people who are Republicans believe that this is the right thing to do. I think there is a vocal minority that still, harbors, prejudice and fear in their hearts. They're very vocal. They are not the majority of the Republican Party. I think most people, Republican, Democrat, as I said, during my talk, Libertarian. It doesn't matter, what political affiliation or what political party you belong to. I think most people would agree that discrimination is wrong. Period.
That really is great to hear. Anything else you want to tell us about, this issue and your stand for it, and just, what it's meant to be a visible leader, and maybe tell folks a little about what happened in the last session and, the work to get the historic first hearing?
Well, we got it heard. We lost on a 5-5 vote in committee. But there were some encouraging signs because, what people don't understand is that behind the scenes in the conversations and the one-on-one meetings that legislators have with each other, in the lobbying meetings that Equality Florida had with members, there was clearly a lot more support for the bill than the 5-5 vote would indicate, and this was bipartisan support. The extra step is getting those folks who, in their hearts, know that supporting the bill is the right thing to do, to have the courage to vote with their hearts and not for, political expediency or based on political, pressure.
We really are reaching that tipping point. We just want to say again, thank you for your incredible leadership on this and your commitment going forward to continuing to fight to pass this bill. It means a great deal. Anything else you want to tell our members?
Well, just that, I'm not alone within the Republican Party in terms of those of us who support the Competitive Workforce Act. Senator Jack Latvala was a co-sponsor of the bill last session, and he's going to be a strong supporter this year. So there's strong support in the Senate. I plan to lead on it. I think Senator Latvala will continue to lead on the issue. And on the House side, of course, we have Holly Rothschild, who led on the issue last year, and there are many, many others, both Republicans and Democrats, who will be sponsoring the Competitive Workforce Act next year and who are going to be strong advocates for it.
That's great.